This morning I am at the iconic, if you haven't figured it out already, Niagara Falls in southern Ontario. And it's very early. It's about 8:30 a.m. in the morning, so there's no crowds. It's a great time to come. It's a beautiful day. It's about 24 above, and I'm with my son Joel, and we're just standing in the spray of the Niagara Falls, the Horseshoe Falls actually, very close to the U.S. border. And I'm going to add to this video and find an Indigenous story about Niagara Falls, because if you can imagine, years and years ago, the first Indigenous people coming upon these falls, they must have thought it was huge medicine, great medicine. There's so much power in the water that's going over the rocks in Niagara Falls, and the water looks deep. I know some people have gone over the falls in barrels and been killed, I think, and if not bruised like crazy, because it must have been horrifying going over that drop. And anyway, it's just wonderful to bring you here today, and as I said, I'll add to this a little bit later when I find out about an Indigenous story that tells us how Niagara Falls began and a little bit about the Indigenous interpretation of these falls and how they began, how the Creator made them. Hi, see you soon. Haudenosaunee language. Sorry about the noise. There's a helicopter going by Horseshoe Falls, but I was able to find the Indigenous legend of the Horseshoe Falls here at Niagara. And it comes from our Haudenosaunee people. They are the people of the Longhouse, the Mohawk, and in this case the Seneca. There are 6 nations within the Haudenosaunee Nation, I believe, or the 6 Nations. And so when Indigenous people first discovered these falls, there were lots of ideas of things that were lurking in the mists, monsters, and so down below the falls were the evil things, and then above in the sky was the heavenly beings like the thunderbirds. So the way the story goes is that there were huge snakes, huge serpents that lived under the falls, and they would attack people from time to time and eat them. So the people called upon the thunderbirds who lived above the falls and called them to come, and a especially big serpent was picked up by a thunderbird and dropped along the spine of these Horseshoe Falls. And the serpent got caught, and his body was bent into a bow, and he stayed there, and pretty soon his body decayed and the bones made up the rock and the waters fell over. And today we have Horseshoe Falls. That's a serpent that one of our thunderbirds attacked and killed for us. So stories of serpents and thunderbirds amongst Indigenous people are very many. I come from Lac St. Anne area, and there's also a story of serpents being in that water and killing people when they drown or something like that. And then the thunderbirds are called from the mountains. They always live in high places, and they bring the waters to us in the spring. So to many Indigenous people, when the thunderbirds come back in the spring and you hear the first thunder, that's really the new year. That's the new year of growing and of seeds being planted and food coming to the people. So I hope you enjoyed this story about Horseshoe Falls at Niagara Falls, and I'll be back with another video soon. Hi. Thank you.